Squirrel, 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 squirrels. Welcome back to Squelch. I'm Dano.
I'm Matt at Arms.
And I'm Storm Rage. And we're here to remind everyone that Life is Strange is a game, and that games are supposed to be fun.
Hello, everybody, and this month, games are going to be fun. I'm so very excited. Just a couple of things right at the top of the episode. There are going to be spoilers ahead. And by spoilers, I mean we are about to recap episode 1 of Life is Strange. Like,
literally.
You're about to get the story of Life is Strange. So if you don't want that and you want to play along with us, like, I encourage you to do so, because this game is amazing. Or you will not be sad if you play along.
Or if you don't want to play along and just want to listen, that's fine. We want to kind of make it approachable in that direction too.
Yes. It's okay if you don't play along. It's 100% okay if you don't
Yes.
play along. You just want to listen. Yes.
I also want to note that, like, we are going to go full spoilers for episode 1, but I think we're going to try to not spoil later episodes by talking about, oh, well, when this happens, then in episode 4, this will come back in this way, or whatever it happens to be.
Yes.
So that way, like, we're not, if you've played episode 1, then you are good to listen to this episode. You don't have to play through the entire thing for fear that, oh, we were going to spoil something.
Yep, this is only episode 1 spoilers. Next week will be episodes 2 and 3 spoilers, then episode 4 and episode 5. So I know in Discord we said we're going to do 1 and 2 this week. Matt got back into town, like, I don't know, Friday
afternoon, yeah.
Yeah, and then I also was like, okay, there's probably no way he's going to play that, both episodes. And then also, like, I wanted to give anyone who, like, listens to this episode and is like, wait a minute, I really want to play that game, a chance to, like, get the game and play along and catch up for episodes 2 and 3 next week.
Yeah.
So next week, episodes 2 and 3, then episode 4, and then episode 5. So that is how this will be going. Start with episode 1 this week. Be even more aware of the spoilers. So just so you know, this week, we will be talking about school violence. It's a thing.
Yeah.
In this episode, kind of be aware of that. There will be also talking of some bullying and other things. This is a heavy game that deals with heavy topics. So there's really no way to talk about it without kind of some of that.
I want to just this is a broad spoiler, not spoiler warning, but tag warning for content that will be covered at some point during Life is Strange. Just because I don't want somebody to go into this game and then, like, be surprised that, like, oh, this is kind of content. Now, to caveat it, I think all of it is handled really, really well. I don't think anything is thrown in there for shock value or to mock or to make light of. So I think it is presented really well, but there is themes of drugs, there are themes of, like, pretty clear poverty, there are themes of spousal abuse, there are things of sexual assault and drugging. So there's a lot of pretty adult content here just throughout the chapters. There's not a lot of it in this first chapter. There's a little bit here and there, specifically like bullying and school violence, but the other chapters get into some more heavy details.
Yeah. There's actually, I think, even like in chapter 2, I think we can spoil it, like tag it then, but there is also talks of suicide in chapter 2. So
yes, yep, thank you.
Yep. So okay, now that is all out of the way, let's get to our patrons.
Thanks. I am pretty incredible.
Still pretty loud as well, Reno. Hey, there we go. Here we go. Quick poem to our patrons. Thank you, all patrons. Let's roll a number right now. It is 36. So big news is a 36. A 36 is less than 58, so that means we are giving away a copy of Life is Strange or Hades 2. Hades and Hades 2 will be included in every giveaway because they're 2 of the best games ever, and they're kind of what this whole podcast is now based around, the pricing models of Hades and Hades 2, which was a fantastic suggestion in Discord. I forget who gave that suggestion, but it was a banger. So we're going to do that. So if you win, you get to choose a copy of either the current game or Hades 2. If you have all 3, then we'll just give you a copy of a future game at a future time. We'll just kind of take care of that as it comes up. So going to roll right now and get another poem. That is a free game. Let's roll a number right now. It is number 10. Our patron number 10 is Electric Sheep City. Congratulations, Electric Sheep City.
Rigged.
We owe you a copy of Hades 2. He's already chosen Hades 2. I reached out to him over DM. So enjoy Hades 2, Electric Sheep City. Currently a host on sabbatical while he finishes his master's degree and currently a patron. So super cool. Thank you very much, Sheep. We really appreciate that. And hope you're doing well. We know you're doing well. We talk to you like all the time. So
Yeah, it's true.
But all right, let's get into some tea with Finley.
Hello, old friend. Let's meet for tea after the match, shall we?
All right, Storm Mage, I see. Oh, sorry, that is my bad. So sorry about that. Storm Mage, I see that
Yeah.
you have written what is basically 2 sentences,
Yes.
mostly just a word and then a period,
Yeah.
as opposed to what I have wrote, which is nearly a page. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say, get started, Storm Rage.
Great. I'm going to be real short because I'm not playing anything new other than Life is Strange. I'm playing Helldivers. Love that game. Hearthstone. Great game. A lot of Battlegrounds. Overwatch. Great game. And that's all I've had time for. I just haven't had time to do anything else. There are a lot of games I'd like to play. There are a lot of things I'd like to do. But I am opening a show soon, and I am working on getting the esports program set up and also teaching. And it makes it so very, 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 very busy, and that's all I have time for. Matt, welcome back from Iceland. What have you been playing?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of time or bandwidth on a boat or anywhere really without paying a ton of money to like play video games that require the internet.
Yeah.
Literal bandwidth, like internet
Yes.
bandwidth.
And
not
I
just,
had like my
mental
phone was on
bandwidth.
airplane mode for like a good week. It was amazing. So I did play some video games that happened to be on my phone at the time. Vampire Survivors. Very, very good on your phone. And it's a great way to just kill 20 minutes. Like you're laying in bed because you walked 30,000 steps that day. Because you do that. Yeah, that was great. That's great. I played some sort of weird found a logic puzzle game that just pretending to be like a knitting simulator thing. It's fun. I enjoyed it. It's a real good, relaxing kind of burn 5 minutes at a time game. I did get to Life is Strange on Saturday after I landed on Friday afternoon. And yeah, it's great. Life is Strange is a good game. Dan, how about you?
It is.
Life is Strange. Oh, you all, Life is Strange. I've been playing Life is Strange. I also played Persona 3 Reload. I am starting to wonder if the game is maybe 20 hours too long. I am 60 hours into the game and feeling a little bit repetitive.
Every single JRPG is about 20 hours too long.
Yes. Even the ones that are exactly 20 hours, like Final Fantasy 1.
I don't know if I would agree with that necessarily, but one of my favorite games of all time is Fire Emblem Three Houses. I love Fire Emblem Three Houses. It is a phenomenal game. It takes probably about 40 to 50 hours to get through that game. You could cut out 20 of that and not lose a single thing, and it'd just be a tighter, more interesting game.
Yeah, I'm 67 hours into Persona 3 Reload. And it is feeling very Groundhog Day. Like, even like the trips into the dungeon are all very samey.
Yeah.
Like going to school and dealing with that. I've already kind of like, I've maxed out 2 of my academic stats. So my 2 of my like 3 like stats. So like bravery and charm is maxed. And so it's just academics that need to be maxed out. And then I need to just take care of like going through the stories of like my friends and such, so it's still fine, but like I'm starting to feel a little bit burnt out from it, but I'm definitely gonna finish the game. I'm still excited about it. Definitely gonna play the DLC. Just feeling like maybe I took it a little too slow in the beginning and needed to like do less. I don't know. So, but yeah, I'm still enjoying it. It's still fine. But mostly just Life is Strange. So I'm just gonna go ahead. This is just Life is Strange. Okay, here we go. So Life is Strange cold opens into a giant storm where you meet Max Caulfield. She is climbing up a hill toward a lighthouse. When she gets to the top, she sees a giant hurricane / tornado / storm thing. It's huge. It's massive. It's like it just engulfs this entire town. Like it just dwarfs it. It is a huge, massive apocalyptic storm, right? She gets atop it. She sees this terrible thing. And then she wakes up and she's in her photography class. Upon finishing the class, she exits into the hallway, puts on her headphones, and To All of You by Sid Matters starts to play. She walks through the halls and sees all her classmates. You can look at each one of them, see her initial thoughts of them, whether she likes them or not, what kind of person they are. Max heads to the restroom to put some water on her face to kind of get back, she's out of sorts after that crazy dream. And she sees a blue butterfly fly into the bathroom. She ducks behind a stall to take a photograph, contrasting the beauty of the butterfly with the filth of the bathroom when two people come storming in. They argue, the young man pulls a gun, a quick scuffle occurs, and the young woman is shot. Max leaps behind the stall, hand outstretched, trying to stop this horror, but knowing she is too late. Then she's back in her photography class, her teacher giving the same lecture. Max can turn back time. That's the beginning of the game. And it is
so good.
Amazing.
It's such a good intro.
It's just so good. It does not play around. You have a little bit of the stuff to do in between point A and point B there, but it is amazing. And the soundtrack is just wear headphones. The game is better with headphones. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Walking around the hall, there are posters put up by students and student organizations. Some of them are just too good. I have to share them with you. So first one is respect in all caps in this classroom. Be nice. Do your homework. Listen to the speaker. Lunchroom. Don't throw food. Pick up after yourself. Respect your daddy. Cool. Great. Reward. On September 16th, my backpack with all my school books and my new tablet was taken from the cafeteria. After I left it on the table, I really need this stuff for school, and my tablet has a lot of very personal pics of my late cats, rip. So I'm willing to pay a small cash reward, no questions asked. If you have any details or would like to confess, you know who and where I am. On a quest for magic and adventure, roll the 20-sided dice. Join Blackwell Science Gamers Group. Every Wednesday, Blackwell Science Lounge, 3:15 p.m. Weekly games, TBA. Please have knowledge of basic gaming rules and etiquette. Cosplay and women welcome.
That was totally set up by, what's his name?
Warren?
Warren, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Here's the last one. This is a small post-it note. It said, like new tablet for sale, contains 5 gigabytes of cat pics. Ha ha.
Amazing.
That's great.
So there you go. That's those are some of the posters. I had to share those with you.
That's so good.
So yeah, that's what I did this week in Hearthstone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was great. It was really wonderful. I absolutely love this game. It's so good. It's absolutely so good. All right, let's move on to what is Life with Strange.
So I want to break this down in between the mechanics and then the actual story of this game. Because again, there are very, very few mechanics in this game. So most of what we'll be doing for the next little week is kind of talking about the story and the choices that we make and the thoughts and ideas behind the game itself. Not as much the mechanics. We talked a lot about mechanics with Cult of the Lamb and Hades because that's where that game shone. But that's being said, there are still really important mechanics to understand about this game, even if you haven't played it. So Life is Strange is a visual narrative game dedicated to making your choices have an impact on your playthrough. From a mechanics perspective, there are 2 major mechanics and then a third minor mechanic. The first is dialogue selection. These dialogue choices are either presented as very critical moments, and you can tell that they're critical moments because the choices will be in all caps, and there'll be a blurring coloration, and it's very, very clear. This is an important choice. Or everyday choices that could range from hey, I like your coat, or telling somebody, no, I don't want to fly your drone. Very small, minute choices, but they always add in some sort of flavor or change in the dialogue. At the very least, usually. I did find one that I went back and I did a different choice, and I was like, oh, that was the exact same response either way.
It's the guy on the picnic table?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was actually talking to a girl in the dorm about something, and I went back and I was like, oh, Oh, weird. And it was actually in chapter 2, so I don't want to spoil
Oh,
what
okay.
that
Gotcha,
was.
gotcha. There's a spot like that in chapter 1 as well, where you go and you talk to the guy at the picnic table, and whatever you say, he has the same response. So it's
Good.
like, okay.
Yeah. Some of these choices are things like help this person or take a picture, and these are rarely presented as like good versus bad choices. Like they're not, if you want an evil run, here's how you do an evil run, or if you want to be good, here's how you be good. It's always, most of these choices have shades of gray. Of you can make a very strong reason why you should do this and why you shouldn't. And then after every single choice, Max will talk to herself and she will monologue and she will basically tell you, here's the positive of this choice and here's why maybe I shouldn't have done that choice, which is a very interesting way. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, if there's so many choices, how do I know if I made the right one? Well, that's the second mechanic. So as Dano mentioned earlier, we kind of gain the ability to rewind time pretty early on in the game. And we can only generally rewind time by a few seconds to a few minutes. There are some exceptions throughout the game, but the majority of the mechanics that you're rewinding are either seconds to minutes. So moments, not like hours and days, as far as like you can't rewind from the beginning of chapter 1, from the end of chapter 1 all the way back to the beginning of chapter 1. For instance, there are times where it kind of locks you into your choices. When you engage in a dialogue, you can always rewind to the beginning of the conversation. And often this will be helpful because you won't have the information needed in that first conversation. So a character might be really sad about something, but you don't know what, and then they'll explode at you and be like, how dare you not know that my mom is sick? And then you can rewind time and then be like, hey, I heard your mom is sick. How's she doing? And then she'll be much more receptive to you. So a lot of it is engaging in dialogue, rewinding, redoing dialogue. The time rewind is also very useful for like most of the puzzles. There's not a ton of puzzles in this game, but there are a few. And there's things like creating a thing, pulling an alarm, freeing a person from a trap, kind of small things. And whenever you travel back in time, you always retain 3 things. Where you are physically in the world. So like if you move into a doorway and then you rewind time, you're still in that doorway. The other people reset to where they originally were whenever you actually started that segment. So if you're trying to like run from a person, you can like run, rewind time, they go back, you don't. Run, rewind time, they go back, you don't, and so on. You also continue to keep the items that you have on you. So if you pick up a hammer, you always have that hammer, even if you rewind time. So anything that's on your person stays with you. And third, you keep any information that you have learned. So even if you haven't talked to that person yet, but you talk to them in a past timeline, kind of, you still have that information for what happened in that timeline. Yeah. So they don't know, but you always do. And then the third very minor mechanic is simply interacting with things. Whenever you come across an object, you usually have 2 options, which is look at the thing, and this applies to people as well. Look at the person, and sometimes you can interact with that thing. Looking gives you like a base of like, this is what I think about this thing, but it won't engage in the world, and then usually interacting or speaking will present other options for you.
Real quick explanation. So there is an in-game explanation as to why you can't rewind from the end of the chapter to the beginning of the chapter, and that is the further in time you go back, the more pain it causes Max. So like going back in time will cause her like to gain headaches and like nosebleeds and that kind of stuff the further back she goes. So there's like a limit on what she can do with the rewind power.
Yes. And we expand a lot more on Max's powers later on. At the very beginning, we know very little other than can rewind time a little bit.
Yeah, that's all she knows as well. So she has discovered this along with you. So She's like, wait a minute, I can rewind time. And you're like, wait a minute, she can rewind time. And that's kind of how it goes.
Fantastic. So we're going to get into the chapter 1. There are a total of 5 chapters. Each chapter takes about 2 to 3 hours to play, depending on your completion desire, and you're wanting to hear every single thing. You can probably burn through this in 2 hours if you're just like, this is the choice, I'm sticking with it, I'm moving forward. But if you want to go back and see multiple options, then it probably will take you around 3. My partner played this a couple years ago, and it took her about 4 hours for every chapter because she likes to talk to everybody and do everything that is physically possible. So
she's smart. I did the same thing.
Let's go ahead, and we are going to try to summarize the entire plot of Chapter 1, full spoilers for Chapter 1. We'll talk about each of the choices that we make as we get there, and if there are any things that you guys want to interrupt me on, please do so. But be aware, there's going to be a lot of names. There's a lot of characters, and there's going to be a lot of characters that are not significant enough to go into details about, truth be told. So I might just say this person, and you're going to have to trust me that we don't need to know any more about that person other than maybe they exist in this world.
Yeah.
So
there are a lot of them. There are main characters and there are side characters in this, like in the game, and it's like there are plenty. I've played the game 5 times now, and there are some characters I still don't know their names because it's just not necessary.
And so I will name each of the main characters to the best of my ability, but most side characters I'll probably give a description, so that way you can kind of know what they're like, but you don't really need to know their names. Before the actual events of our story begins, we see our main character, Max Caulfield, in a forestry area with a lighthouse overlooking the city that the game takes place in. We later learn this city is called Arcadia Bay. There is a nasty storm happening. Think massive hurricane winds, trees blowing over, a massive water tornado, for the best explanation, is headed towards the city to try and destroy it. Max heads slowly to the top of the lighthouse, following a light in the shape of a buck. So it's like a ghostly deer thing that you don't really understand, but you follow it up. And then once you get to the top of the lighthouse and you witness this massive storm, Max wakes up in her photography class. And we know that the teacher for the photography class is Mr. Jefferson. Mr. Jefferson is mid-lecture when Sam wakes up. You can look around and then you take a selfie of there's just a camera. You take a selfie. And that's how you kind of progress the story a little bit. After being embarrassed for not knowing a question that Mr. Jefferson asks, and a stern note from Mr. Jefferson about not submitting a photo for the photography contest called Everyday Heroes, we learn more about this later. At this point in time, we don't know anything about it, other than it's a photography competition. Max puts on her headphones and walks to the bathroom. Along the way, you notice many flyers talking about a missing girl named Rachel Amber. She is consistently in the background for most of this episode, and for a lot of this entire game, is the mystery of what happened to Rachel Amber. We just know at the very beginning of the game, she is missing. Some people have very strong thoughts about her. We later learn those. Some people love her. Some people thought she was a troublemaker. All sorts of varying ranges of opinions. But we know she is currently missing. Max then sees a tweaked-out teenager, was my best description for this kid, named Nathan. Nathan is the preppy 1% rich kid that is just the worst. He's the worst kid, he's so annoying, and he's a spoiled little brat. He enters into the women's bathroom, and you're kind of alone, and you're hiding around a corner as you see Nathan barge in. A few moments later, a girl with blue hair, this girl we later learn is named Chloe, another pretty main character, enters into the bathroom, and they're talking about some sort of deal that's happened, or what's supposed to happen, or didn't happen. And then Chloe and Nathan get into a fight, at which point Nathan pulls a gun and shoots Chloe. Max then reaches out in an attempt to stop and accidentally unlocks her powers, and travels back in time to the lecture that we previously talked about. Moving quickly through this, she heads back to the bathroom where she successfully saves Chloe's life by pulling a fire alarm. Then you leave the bathroom and you are scolded by the security officer of like, what are you doing in there? And Max is like, I don't know, go into the bathroom. What do you want me to do?
Yes, that officer's name is David, by the way, and he's a key character.
Yes, David Madsen.
Yes.
I will probably refer to him as just the security officer because I hate him. I don't hate him. I think David is a great character, but I think his title of security officer is more important than his name.
Yeah, I mean, it does have more to do with the story than just security officer because he is Chloe's stepfather as well, which we'll learn later.
I haven't gotten there yet, Dano.
Well, I know, but like you're saying, he's not important, and he is. One thing about this part right here, though, and like here is a giant plot hole. By the way, he comes out, he like just berates her for how you're up to no good here. You're up to no good. They would have like. She pulled a fire alarm. It was like an old-timey fire alarm where you had to break the glass and then ring a fire alarm. They would have seen that the glass was broken in the girl's bathroom. They would have talked to the security guard. Hey, did you see anybody leaving the girl's bathroom after the fire alarm was pulled? Oh, yeah. It was Maxine Caulfield. Oh, we have a pretty good idea who it was, but she's never brought up again. Yeah. And I'm like, wait a minute. I feel like maybe here these two things don't. There's not a lot of this in this game where I feel like things don't quite make sense narratively speaking. But in this one instant, I was like, hey, wait a minute. I feel like they would have caught her pretty easily in this one. Like. It's
you
obviously
have
her.
to let it. You have to let it go for the story. That's one thing you have to let go for the story to make it work.
Yeah,
Well,
and I like what even if because David Madsen's pretty confident, security guard is pretty confident that like Max did something weird, and Max can even like talk about like in a choice here that we'll get to in just a second about it. So like to me, it's the question is never really concerned about like who hit the fire alarm. Because I feel like people could pretty easily intuit that it's Max. It's just not a significant deal, right? It got hit.
Yeah.
Kids are weird. I can imagine that this happens and then they just are like, oh, let's just move along with it.
Yep. Nope. I just think it was kind of funny because it was made such a big deal at that very moment and then
Sure.
never made of a deal again.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
When you leave the bathroom, you are presented with the game's first major decision. And again, you can tell it's a major decision because it's all weird shapes and colors and all caps and very excited.
And
the choice,
and very intense music in your ears. Yes.
Yes. The choice is you walk up to the principal, and the principal is basically like, hey, what's going on? And you can either tell him, hey, I saw Nathan with a gun in the bathroom, or you can hide it and say, nothing's going on, I'm just feeling sick. What choice did you guys make?
Hit the truth because, I mean, one, I ain't a narc, and two, you have to protect Chloe. And, like, I have the confidence of foresight in how this all works out, so always protect Chloe. So, yeah, the first time I played the game, I narked on Nathan because I was like, this kid is dangerous. I need to tell somebody. Later learning stuff that will happen later in the game that made me regret this choice. But, yeah, I hid the truth. I said, I was just feeling a little sick. One thing about the major choices as well, after you make a choice, or even something what might be a minor choice, there will be this action will have consequences in like all caps, and then like there will be like a sound hit, so you know the thing you've done. Maybe you need to rewind this because this will change this story, how the story progresses, and the ending of the game. So
yes,
yeah. I also hit the truth because of future knowledge and based on who I know Preston is and who he's connected to.
We can't talk about future things. We just can't. We can't say because of future knowledge. We have to argue for the reason that we did it in that moment.
To protect,
otherwise, people are going to be so lost.
Chloe was obviously in on something bad as well, and so I don't want Chloe to be questioned.
I think that's totally fair.
But also, you don't know who Chloe is at this point. So,
but I know who Chloe is, so deal.
I absolutely ratted on Nathan because I see this dude being super unstable. He's clearly a threat to himself and others. And I told the principal, hey, just so you know, I saw Nathan with a gun in there. And the reaction of the principal in that case is, oh, Nathan? No, that can't be true. You're making up lies. And he then says, oh, because his family's the most important family in town. And we learned that Nathan is Nathan Prescott. And his dad, Mr. Prescott, of some unknown first name. I'm sure we hear it at some point. I don't care. But his dad is like the player in the city. He basically owns the city. He basically funds all of Blackwell. And because you ratted on Nathan, the principal now doesn't really trust you. And he's kind of like, I guess I'll look into it. But basically is like, oh, how dare you make up these lies about him? How does he react if you keep the truth hidden?
He's just like he's suspicious.
Yeah, he's like, I've heard that excuse a lot of times from women, and it's like, okay, pal, maybe keep your mouth shut.
It's that,
and then,
then he goes like, you cause a lot of trouble around here for only somebody who's been here for like 3 weeks or something.
You're kind of a loner, and we don't really like loners. And then he later texts your parents and is like, hey, we noticed that she hasn't been leaving her dorm room very much. And it's like, man, yeah, she's like, she just moved here and has no friends. Like, maybe it's your job to like not be mean and to support her in her like, because she's like moving here to this is her senior year in high school. She's moving into a small private college or small private high school where kids live in the dorms. They've all lived in the dorms together this is their 4th year together. So she's obviously the outsider. Maybe it's your job to help acclimate her to the high school and not to be like, I've heard women troubled before.
Yeah, it's not a great look. They do a pretty good job of making a lot of characters very shades of gray. Of like the principal does seem to be pretty understanding, but he comes off very harsh at the very beginning. Of no matter what choice you make, he's kind of suspicious of you both ways, and it doesn't feel great. But I'm making each of these choices without any future considerations of like what is the best choice in the moment. That is my goal for this playthrough, because this is my third playthrough, so I want to try to not think as much about what do I know before.
Right. Good luck with that.
Thank you. I will do my very best. So to continue on with the story, you either report Nathan or you keep the truth hidden to yourself, and then you go outside and you get a text from your friend Warren. This is our first like major introduction of Warren, and we don't know a lot about him other than he's a very close friend of Max, and he's like, hey, can I get that flash drive that I lent you back? So then you are out in like the quad area of the school, and you can talk to a number of people, can talk to a lot of different students, get a feel for them. They can talk about Rachel Amber, or they can talk about some of the goings-ons. None of it is massively significant, but it's really, really good flavor. And so it's one of those where plot-wise does it come back? Not really in massive ways, but it's really important to get a good sense for who these characters are, what this city is like, what this game is like, and a lot of kind of background information and flavor.
You could play an hour here or 1 minute here.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Yep. You head out from the quad, and then you go into the area just outside of the girls' dorm. When you get to that area, there's kind of like another grassy knoll area, and you see another couple of students you can talk to. You see a janitor who's super duper weird, and I love him a lot. His name's Samuel. He's super duper weird, a little creepy. And then as you try to go into the dorm, you come across essentially the teen girl bully character named Victoria. And she does not care for you. It's very clear right off the jump. She does not care for you. She is also a very big fan of Mr. Jefferson, the photography teacher, and is like
very big fan.
It's a pretty weird relationship right at the very beginning of like very clearly Victoria likes him as more than just a teacher. Yeah. And
working hard to get that A.
She sure is, and it's creepy as heck. And again, you're tasked with entering into the dorm room, and the way that you do that is by basically spraying her with water from the sprinkler hose and then finagling with a paint can so paint spills all over her. When that happens, Victoria's two minions leave to go get her a change of clothes, and you can then be presented with the option of either comforting Victoria, who now has paint on her, or mocking Victoria. What did you guys choose here?
A couple things about this scene real quick. So first, this is kind of the first puzzle part where you have to kind of work out the correct order in which to do things.
Yes.
Like the correct order in which to get the paint can broken, where the janitor is placed within his walk to the paint can, and then also like where the sprinklers are lit and that kind of stuff. So there's a bit of a puzzle to this as well. And then Victoria has taken a picture of you that is unflattering that she posted onto like Facebook, and then said
social
some snarky
media,
things
I think,
about
is they kind of
media.
capture all things by just saying it's on the internet pretty frequently. They never name drop.
They say social media, but it's very much a Facebook analog.
Yes.
You can log into computers and see a Facebook like analog.
Yeah.
It's basically Facebook.
Yeah.
But yeah, they call it social media. And they an unflattering picture of her and said some snarky things that her followers and minions can then make fun of you for that. So
Yep.
Victoria
is not great.
Also, Victoria's she has her own issues.
Yes.
But even though like she was mean to me, I decided to comfort her after her cardigan got ruined.
I also comforted her. I can't be mean to anybody, even pixelated characters. It just makes me so sad. So I will always comfort Victoria.
We're stopping the cycle of bullying, right?
Correct.
Is that what we're doing?
Yes, that is my goal. And I think it's one of those kind of small, nice moments because there's a lot of, one of the things that I really like about the narrative of this is that you see what other people see in other people a lot, even if they don't present that frequently. Like Victoria is straight up a bully. She is mean. She is nasty. But when you talk to her friends, they're like, you don't understand Victoria. And then this is one of those moments where you're like, okay, I can kind of see what they see in Victoria if you're nice to her. Is like she's pretty nice back. She's a little more vulnerable, and it's a little bit more understanding. It's a pretty nice moment.
Yeah, I comforted her as well, but she's also totally cruel to her like friends here as well.
Yes.
She's like, "Go get me a towel," and like is kind of just like that, like Mean Girls, esque type of character. Now, okay, actually, I want to add something to this because I actually have screenshots of the entire world's choices of the original game. So it's millions of people's choices. So I have what everyone has done. So reported Nathan, by the way, 62% of the world reported Nathan, 38% did not.
Bunch of narcs. The world's a bunch of narcs.
26% of the world made fun of Victoria, and 74% comforted Victoria, which is what I did as well. Yeah. And for the same reason, because you can do both. You can try both options out with the game, and like you can first make fun of her and then be like, "Oh, I'm not sure if I like that." Rewind it, comfort her, and be like, "Okay, maybe I did want to make fun of it." And you can rewind again. There's no limit to the number of times you can rewind.
Yeah.
So you do get to go back, try out the things that you like best. And it is one of those moments where you kind of see her as a human being. Like she's just like a lot of this game, she's presented as like a two-dimensional villain. But in like this part, she is really a person. And it's really interesting how she apologizes for the picture and deletes it and then ends it with, but it doesn't mean we're friends.
Oh yeah, she sends you a text message. She sends you a text message later, which is like one of my favorite little things. She's like, "We're still not friends." I'm like, okay.
Yeah. And so like I comfort her as well because like honestly, it's just a really neat moment of like three-dimensionality of a character. And so I comforted her as well. Yeah.
So from there, you gain entrance into the dorm, and you head into your room to pick up your flash drive for Warren, and you get a note from another student named Dana, and she says, "Hey, I've got your flash drive, come and grab it for me." And so you have to go over to Dana's room, and you realize that she has been trapped in there by another student whose name doesn't matter. And this student is accusing Dana of sexting her boyfriend, and Dana's like, "It wasn't me. I don't know. It wasn't me." And you have to go sneak over into Victoria's room and print out evidence that it was in fact Victoria who did it and blamed Dana for it. So you learn very, very quickly quite a bit about Dana, who's a very small character and doesn't really come back in a nice way, but it's a character that I like a lot because she's one of the few kind of popular characters who's just really nice. Like she is very nice to Max. She seems like a very good person. And you learn a couple of things about her very, very quickly, which is one, she's nice and cool as heck. She's just a delightful person. Two, she has recently taken a pregnancy test, which implies a lot of things, and you can ask her about it if you want. I've never been so bold as to do that.
Really?
Yes, that is correct. Have you talked to her about it, Dano?
Yeah.
What is that conversation like?
First of all, did you pick up the pregnancy test?
No, it has pee on it.
There's a pregnancy test in the trash that you can pick up. I have never once picked it up.
Oh,
Only
yeah, no,
1% of
great.
players picked it up.
She gets so mad.
Yeah.
She basically is like, she's just like, "Hey, you know what? Mind your own business, Max. The flash drive is over there. Get out of my room." And you know what? Fair. Then you rewind time because you feel super bad about it.
Yeah.
But what's funny is a lot of times you can like do that kind of stuff in this game. Like you can go get onto her computer and like scope her social media and she says nothing. So like in my defense, like you have to just pick up and touch everything because you never know what someone's gonna like have a problem with. So in this game, like you just pick up and touch everything because you can always rewind time.
Yeah.
All right. Big question here in this whole scene: did you water the plant?
Yeah, you do have a plant in your room that you can water a couple of times, like once in each chapter. I did water it the first time. Yes.
Yeah,
that action has consequences.
Well. It sure does. It sure does. Yeah. It's always kind of weird because every now and then the action will have consequences comes from like a very benign thing.
Yeah.
And you're like, I just told a person that they could draw a picture of me. What do you mean that's going to have consequences? That's terrifying.
That's in that first opening scene out in the quad.
It
Daniel,
sure is.
Sweet guy. I like Daniel a lot.
I do too. So after you pick up the flash drive, you can now head out into the parking lot where you come across your second kind of truly major decision here. I guess comforting or mocking Victoria is also considered a major decision, but this one feels like it has more consequences. You come into the parking lot and you see the security officer, David Mattson, is heavily interrogating a student named Kate Marsh. Like there's nothing physical there, but it does feel like
he pokes her. He
does poke her. Yes, he does poke
Yeah.
her. And it feels very threatening. It feels like it
Yes.
is on the verge of violence, and certainly not appropriate for a school security officer to just like talk to any student that way. And you get the hint of two things. Of one, the security officer thinks that something is going on with this student, Kate, and that something really big is going on with her, that she is to blame for something serious. And we don't really get a hint of what that is, but that's kind of the tone that is presented. And Kate is this pretty meek student that you can interact with a little bit beforehand, and you just get a sense that she is very quiet and pretty off, that like something is going wrong with Kate's life.
Yeah.
And you don't really get presented with that in detail yet. You get a hint that there is some sort of video that has gone wrong.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's some key hints of what happened to Kate
In the very
early on,
first scene.
if you dig around.
Yes.
So in that ball of paper that was thrown at her, it actually says like "Love the PORN video of you."
Yeah, and
Oh,
also
I
and also
didn't know that.
in
Yeah.
the dorm hallway, you can see the message on her board, which you can erase as an option.
Yeah.
That like explains what's going on, and then you can talk to her a little bit, and she's real standoffish and real like I don't want to talk about it, anything.
A lot of the posters up on the campus are of Kate Marsh she has a cross necklace that she wears. She like has like a Bible study that she is like advertising. You can tell she's a very religious girl.
Yeah.
And then there is this undercurrent where she seems very sad, very depressed. And then there is these notes and these hints about this video that has gone around to obviously all the kids in the school.
Yeah. So you can your choice is either to intervene and basically break up this fight, or you can take a picture of it. And what did you guys choose for this run? Did you intervene or take a picture?
I intervened this time. I took last time I played this game, I took a picture and I did not like the outcome, but I kept it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So for this one, I'm like, okay, I'll do the opposite, and it's
I did
better.
both because I believe there is a thing later on in the game, I believe, where you want to have the picture. I don't believe that lets you keep that picture though.
It super
for that.
doesn't.
Yep. But I did do both, but I did end with the intervening because like it is, first of all, she sees you take the picture and then not intervene. And she obviously is very upset about that. And is like, I thought we were friends and we're obviously not. Thanks for just watching and not helping. But if you do intervene, like it obviously means the world to her. Like you're the one person that she feels is kind of there for you at this moment, and there for her at this moment. And
I was the same. I intervened again. Kate Marsh must be protected at all costs. That's an undercurrent on everything, is that she's such a sad little girl and everyone picks on her for like no good reason. It's so mean, and you can basically be the one person that stands up for her. And
real quick, the choices on this one. 84% of the world agree with you. Yes. 84% save Kate Marsh. Yeah. I'm guessing the other 16% just know what's coming later.
It's entirely possible. The benefits of both. Just again, I'm going to present this of like just this chapter the way that it is presented. If you take the picture, then David Mattson doesn't really get mad at you because he doesn't know what's happening. So you don't increase that negative relationship there, and he won't be mad that you intervened. But Kate will be real bummed that you didn't say anything. And she will tell you, hey, I thought we were friends. How come you didn't stand up for me? If you do intervene, Kate is very excited because you are the first person to like stand up for her in a really long time. But David is really upset that you have stepped in. So you're kind of trading one relationship for another. And the very big thing is that you have physical evidence of this if you take the picture. Otherwise, it's just your word against his. So that is the next major choice. Yes, Dan.
And there's some really cool visual storytelling at this part right here. So if you just hide and take the picture, David Mattson does not react whatsoever. But at the moment the camera makes the clicking, because it's a Polaroid camera, so the minute it goes like cha-chink, you see Kate Marsh's eyes just like dart over to you real quick and then go back to David Mattson who's yelling at her. It's really cool because
I
you can
didn't
tell
notice
at
that.
that moment that she knows you were there and that you took a photo, but because of like the moment, she is like just like in basically fight or flight because of this like authority figure who's berating her. It's super cool. It's a really neat
That
bit of
is really cool.
storytelling.
That is
Yeah.
super cool.
From there, you then head into the parking lot, regardless of your choice, and you are to meet Warren to give him his flash drive. And as you're kind of walking around, you talk to Warren, and Nathan Prescott comes up and is like, hey, did you rat on me? And you can either tell him, hey, I did, hey, I didn't, whatever it is. No matter what you say, he's going to get upset at you, and he starts to, like, pretty intensely get physical of like he's going to beat you up, and then Warren steps up and Warren takes the punch for you, and then the girl that you saved from earlier with the blue hair speeds around, and you finally get her name of Chloe, and she's like, hey, get in. And so
She's like, Max? Chloe? It's
Yes.
like
Yeah,
they
it's
recognize
like,
each other at
yeah.
that point. Yeah.
And you very quickly realize they are old friends, and in fact, they used to be childhood best friends. This is also when we learned that Max moved away a couple of years ago and has not been in contact with basically anybody from Arcadia Bay since she moved. She has been back in Arcadia Bay for about a month and has not contacted Chloe at all. And Chloe is pretty upset about it and pretty passive-aggressive about the whole thing.
Oh,
she's like,
she's aggressive about it. That ain't
Yeah.
passive.
oh, that's fair. That's fair. I think she switches from passive-aggressive to aggressive depending on the time.
And like, to be fair, she's like, right. So like, just to be a little bit, I know that you're gonna talk about this in a second here, but I'm gonna jump in and say anyways. So like, she moves away 5 years ago, she moved away. Very shortly thereafter, Chloe's dad, who she was very, very, very close with, like had passed away in a car accident. And so Max, instead of, writing and calling and kind of helping her friend deal through that grief, just like did what many, many 13 and 14-year-olds would have done at that moment, and then just kind of like shut down and chose not to deal with it.
I thought Chloe's dad died while Max was still in town.
She might have still been in town. It might have been right before she left. I think that might be right.
I think it was right
right
before she left.
Yeah. At this time, I'm not sure you really know though.
That's
what the
correct.
exact time
Yes,
frame is.
yes,
Yeah, you learn that this is a previous. So
That's
yeah,
fair,
at this
yeah.
point, you don't know the timeline. You just kind of know around the time that she had left, Chloe's dad died. So.
Yeah. We also learned that the security officer, David Mattson, is now Chloe's stepfather. So now we learn that those two are intertwined. And a lot of this game is just finding out, oh, this person knows this person knows this person. It's very small town vibes of everybody knows everybody. It's just a question of how and what's their opinion on that person. But basically everybody knows everybody. It's a small town. From there, we go over to Chloe's house, and we also find out that Chloe is the one that has put up the missing posters for Rachel Amber. We also learn that Chloe is very, very good friends, or was very good friends with Rachel Amber, and is one of the very few people that is actively looking for her. So not only are they close friends, but like significantly so. More like Rachel Amber's parents have stopped looking for her, but Chloe has not. So there's some weird tension there of like, well, why are some people still looking for her when others are not? What do some people know? Why are people giving up? Things of that nature. We don't get a lot of definitive answers here. Again, a lot of this is just like acorns that come back later, and you're like, oh, that's so cool. That's what that means. We also then get to Chloe's house. And you go down to the garage, you fix your camera that broke from earlier, and Chloe goes up to her room and lights up some Mary Jane.
You don't fix your camera. You try to fix your camera, and it's broken, and Chloe gives you her dad's Polaroid.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't pay attention that closely then. Whoopsies.
It's okay. All that matters is that the camera gets replaced.
Yes, so you do have a working camera. That's the important thing. You then head back into Chloe's room, and Chloe's stepdad, the security officer, barges in, and Chloe tells you to hide. And David Mattson, security guard, is like, hey, I see you smoking that reefer. What's going on? And you can now choose to either intervene or stay hidden in the closet. What did you guys choose here?
I intervened.
I
Yep.
also intervened.
I also
and then once you intervene, you do get a follow-up choice of you can either take the blame for the green ganja, or you can admit that it is in fact Chloe's. So it's like a double important choice kind of thing.
Yeah, that's my weed.
Yes,
Yeah,
that is also what I said.
Yeah. Yeah. That's totally my weed.
Yeah. You took the blame for Chloe is 28%. You blame Chloe is 1%. You stay hidden 37%, or came out of hiding to intervene 34%.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love this choice, and basically what happens if you...
So did you guys go into hiding and then come and pop out, or did you just
The first chance I had to pop out, I popped out.
Yeah, can you even start the scene if you don't hide?
I don't know, because
no. Hiding triggers the scene because like there's a little puzzle to get into the thing, but into the closet. But the next scene doesn't trigger until you are actually hiding. So,
and the kind of major differences here is that you can choose to take the blame, and Chloe would be like, "Hey, super cool best friend," but also nobody really believes you. Everybody's like, "Yeah, but that's definitely Chloe's green monster, right?" And you'll basically have to reaffirm that throughout a lot of it. Or if you stay hidden, again, I did a run a while ago where I was like, I just want, I don't know why, but I really want David Madsen, Mr. Security Guard, to like me. So I did everything I could to make him like me. And if you stay hidden, he doesn't have another bad thing to say about you, but Chloe is really, really upset. And it is a very interesting aspect there. Then at the very end, you can kind of start to tell Chloe about what happened, about the fact that you saw her die and had to rewind time. And then you are forced back into the scene where you are back in time and back at the lighthouse. And when I say back in time, that's incorrect, because you quickly realize you are actually in the future. You've traveled, I believe it's 5 days into the future.
4 days.
4 days into the future, because it's 1 day for each chapter. So it's 4 days into the future. You see this massive storm rolling again into Arcadia Bay, almost certainly going to destroy it. And you eventually discover, oh, there's a newspaper. This happens in 4 days. What am I going to do? You wake up and your nose is bleeding. And this is the first time that we really see that there are consequences to Max's time travel. We see it a little bit of like she kind of gets a headache. She's a little uncomfortable. But this is the first like major, oh, this could be really, really painful for her to travel this much back and forth in time. As you pop back, you are then talking with Chloe, and the scene kind of fades out as snow begins to fall in the middle of September in like southern Oregon, where snow certainly does not happen, especially at this point in time. So everybody's like, what's happening here? And it ends with you fading out, telling, okay, let me tell you everything. And then we fade at the end of chapter 1. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm. There's also like a cool effect, like if you're like during the gameplay, there's a cool effect if you run out of rewind time. That's like it's like a almost like a film melting effect that they use. Yep. So that it tells you, hey, you've reached the end of your rewind.
So to kind of recap the entirety of chapter 1 super duper fast, where you are at the end of chapter 1, you, Max Caulfield, know that a storm is coming in 4 days to destroy Arcadia Bay. You are reunited with your childhood best friend, Chloe Price. There's something suspicious going on with David Madsen and how he's like pretty harsh on security. Kate Marsh, very, very sad person. Nathan Prescott, something's weird with him, and he's extremely well connected, and he sucks. And your favorite photography teacher, Mr. Jefferson, is a pretty good photography teacher. That is where things are at the end of chapter 1.
Taste my grilled cheese.
Munch.
All right, Matt, what is our first good?
We said it several times already. The music, the soundtrack.
So good.
It's incredible. Like, This is like one of those soundtracks that like makes me want to pick up the guitar and just start picking at it and trying to figure it out. It's just gets in my head. It's just like right in my mood of jive of like type of music I like to listen to when I want to chill and relax and have a good evening.
It's the perfect walking and thinking music.
It is. It really is.
If you're just going on a walk and you're just like, I just kind of want to vibe with the world, listen to the Life is Strange soundtrack.
Yeah.
It slaps.
Yeah,
Let's-
especially that like all like to all like the Sid Meier's song are at the top. It just hits me every time. It's so good.
What's really cool is that the game is aware of that and will let you there are like multiple times in each chapter where you could just sit. You could like sit under a tree, or you can sit on a swing and just sit there, and like there'll be a short little bit of like inner monologue, and then you can just enjoy the scenery and the soundtrack. And it is absolutely amazing. The game knows exactly what it is and what it's doing, and it is not ashamed of it. It is so good. It is so amazing.
On this playthrough, I literally like took my time walking down the hall for that first Sid Meier. That first song. Like, it just took my time.
Good.
I just was just like, I'm gonna wait till the song ends and then I'm gonna go into the bathroom. So
not so good.
Let's go ahead, and the not so good is that when you are first presented with dialogue, you cannot skip it. Now, you can every time you rewind it, anytime that you're going over anything else that you've already heard, you can skip and fast forward. But as somebody that's played this game now 3 times, I do wish that I could skip dialogue from the get-go. I understand why not. It makes sense why not. I don't think you should be allowed to skip dialogue on your first playthrough. But I do really wish that there was a setting that I could do, because every now and then I'm like, oh, I know what you need to say. I just want to get through this one.
I'm on my 5th playthrough. I listen to every bit of dialogue.
Crazy.
I have got the best good this week, and I honestly can't do this best good justice, so I actually have a clip from the game. So here we go.
That is a tasty plasma. Maybe I could sneak in and watch Final Fantasy Spirits Within.
all right.
I don't care what anybody says. That's one of the best sci-fi films ever made.
So this is when you're in Victoria's
room. Yeah.
Victoria's room, and she has a sweet plasma TV. You could like look at the TV, and it says
that movie
it says this bit of what's funny is this is a Squaresoft game. This is a Square game, so obviously they made the Final Fantasy Spirits Within movie, so it's even better. So
yeah, that's one of my favorite little like stupid in jokes in the game. There's a bunch of like little hidden stuff like that where it's just a little weird, but it's great.
If you want to pay a bunch of extra money and give it to Square, you can have a in-game outfit where Max wears a Moogle costume, I guess, in the new one, and that one just annoys me. But the Spirits Within thing is pure gold, because that movie, I'm with you, Max. It's a good movie.
I like
it's a good movie. It's fine.
I like
it's
that
fine.
movie a lot.
Doesn't deserve the
when
hate.
It came out in the late 90s.
All right, let's get to our 3 questions.
He asks each traveler 5 questions. 3 questions. 3 questions.
3, that's a magic number.
I will ask myself 3 questions.
All right. Real quick, we're gonna get through our 3 questions. Matt, what are you liking so far?
It's like this game's a comfortable pair of shoes. It's like picking up an old book, like especially if you've replayed it. It's like picking up a book and just kind of getting in there. Especially since I've played it a while ago and now I'm playing it again for the second time. You remember bits and pieces, and you're more willing to try different things and see where the story goes. So like, it's definitely one of the more replayable games that I've actually played.
Storm Rage.
I like the layers of characters, because basically every character that you like will have moments that you hate them, and every character that you hate, there will be moments where you go, I get it. And the writing and the just the flavor and the nuance is just so good. It's so good. Dana?
The storytelling, and not just like the dialogue, which is great and amazing. And like you said, like the characters are not, they're 3-dimensional characters. They're like, they're best friends, but they also don't always get along. But then also just like the way the music hits and the way that like the characters react, and it's just like the opening scene of Blackwell is like the best part of that, where it's just like she puts her headphones in, and as she leans against the wall, puts her headphones in, and the minute she puts her headphones in, like the music hits, and it's just like it's really truly incredible. It's a masterpiece. It's it's how to tell a story in a video game. It's just how you tell a story in a video game. It's truly incredible. What are you struggling with, Matt?
I didn't have my controller plugged in when I first started playing.
Oh.
So I was using mouse and keyboard, and it was kind of
Bad.
terrible. But like I eventually just plugged in my controller. It was fine. Also, like I know I'm missing photo opportunities, and I just don't know where they are. So
You can't go back.
yeah, I know.
So like the key to the photo opportunities is they go in order. So you can always whenever you're in a scene and you haven't got the photos yet, if you can go to like your journal and you can see where the photos are, and then you can find those different photo opportunities.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have yet to actually open the journal when I.
Oh, the journal's so good. It's where the journal is everything too. It's like
I only open only that screen for my text messages when they pop up.
Oh, you're doing it wrong. I mean, you're obviously however you want, but
Yeah.
the journal's great. Storm Rage, what are you struggling with?
I want to skip. I want to skip things so bad. I just want to skip. I just want to skip dialogue so bad.
For me, I'm struggling just not doing every little thing in every scene that I possibly can. I sit every time I'm offered to sit. I look at everything. I talk to everybody. I will go around and make sure I have not missed anything. Like if something takes a normal person 20 minutes, it is taking me 40 minutes. Like
Yeah.
I just absolutely love. I look at every single poster. I read every single poster. It's just because there's so many little nuggets of story told within all these different things. And it's just, I just can't give any of it up. Even though I know I have better things to do with my life. I just can't help it. I enjoy it so much. What has surprised you about the game so far, Matt?
How much I'm actually enjoying replaying it. This is my second. So this would be my second run through. Second time I've played the game. I'm gonna be honest. I don't love this game as much as y'all do. Like I think it's a very good game. I think it's probably the best one of these games, like by far. And for some reason, it's like how compelling the second playthrough is, and I'm looking forward to different choices I can make in Chapter 2 to affect the outcome.
Storm Rage.
Whenever I play games, I almost always have other things going on in the background, right? Like if I'm sitting down on my computer to play, let's say Hearthstone, I've got Peacock and I'm watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If I'm playing on my couch, on my laptop, I'm watching a movie, something is on in the background always. I am fascinated because this is the first game that I've played since I last played it that I went, nothing else is on. I'm going to just play this game. And it's worth it. And I had things up, and I was like, you know what? It's distracting from the game. I closed it because I wanted to be fully enthralled with the game. And there are very, very few things that can make me do that. I don't need anything else. I don't need to talk to anybody. I don't need any other media going on. I just need this game, and it did it. It caused me to close Brooklyn Nine-Nine while I was playing, which does not sound as impressive as it truly is. Dan, how about yourself?
What surprised me about the game, even after this being my 5th time, I still got excited with Max and Chloe's moment of realizing who each other is. And I still get sad about the bowling of Kate Marsh and a little bit, a tear when Max stands up for her against the security guard. These moments still hit, even knowing what this story is. And to be honest, I think the multiple playthroughs actually makes some of the story hit harder because
yes,
what's happening with these people, and these moments that in the first playthrough seem less impactful become more impactful as you get more engaged with these characters. And it's right now I'm actually reading the comic books, and that's even that itself I cannot talk about because there are some incredible things in the comics that are expanding upon these characters even now. So it's super cool. I just surprised how real the world remains even after playing so many times through.
I do want to note one very small thing, which is that of the 5 chapters, this is the only one that doesn't really end on a massive cliffhanger of holy cow, this is such an amazing plot point. The first episode is a lot of table setting. So if you're not fully engrossed in the first episode, don't give up on it yet. Give it till the end of chapter 2, because chapter 1 is one of the best table settings in a game. They take their time with it. They enjoy it. They really let you live in this world. And I think because of that, it is a little bit slower, but it pays off so much better in the end.
Yeah.
So be aware that, like, plot-wise, the wall of text I read is by far the chillest plot of the 5 chapters.
It's the pilot. It's the pilot episode of a
Yes.
of a show. It's really what it is. It's a pilot episode, and like and you buy the pilot or you don't. And episode 2 is
Man, I can't wait to talk about episode 2.
Episode 2 is when the roller coaster starts to tip over the edge.
Yeah.
Like at this point,
man,
you're going.
I can't wait.
You're going. Like at chapter 1 is literally the roller coaster going up the hill.
Yes.
And it's like got that clink thing going on. Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, and I mean, it started snowing in the summer, so I mean, if that isn't a cliffhanger, then good luck. Here we go. Let's sell the game to a friend.
You're thinking, can I afford to buy a car like this? Huh? Am I right? Seriously, Stan, you can't afford not to buy a car like this, and I'm going to make it easy on you.
Storm Rage, sell this game to a friend.
Want to experience one of my favorite stories ever told? Try Life is Strange.
Matt, sell the story to a game.
It's sell the game to a friend. Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
That's how we do this. It's a narrative game that sets the bar for narrative games. You get invested in little side stories that you don't pay attention to the second time you play it, and it's very replayable. And after replaying it, if you know what happens, changes the way you play the next time, and the world just feels a little deeper, and it's kind of great. So,
Chapter 5, the whole game changes in Chapter 5 if you make different choices. It's pretty amazing. But we're not getting there yet.
2 weeks, 3 weeks from now. 2 weeks.
Maybe more.
We might just do this might be a Life is Strange cast.
No, it can't be. It just can't be.
What is the worst story ever told at the podcast where they do 1 minute of a movie every week or something like that?
No, pass.
I know. I was joking. Okay, I'm gonna sell the game to Brendan. It's the best video game. It's just the best video game. Genre agnostic. It tells stories in a way that most games would kill to tell. Yeah. The gameplay fits it perfectly. I've played a lot of video games, and it remains the best video game. Yeah.
Let's get salty!
We would normally skip salt in a week like this where we're going long, but this salt is so good. It's so good. Go ahead, Storm Ray, take this first one.
So this is by Gingersaurus. Recommended. This game will make you laugh, cry, and then contemplate every decision you've ever made. Enjoy. 10 out of 10.
Matt at Arms, take the second one.
All right, this is from Snow. Max is what I would call a perfect character. From the idea, story, plot, and then the execution of this game, I can finally understand the life of this franchise. Provides amazing scenes of emotion with mysticism along the ride. Relatability is something anyone who touches this franchise can experience for so many different reasons. For me, it was very deep and opening into some concepts. From a decade later, still a game I'd love to see remastered. And eventually, I wouldn't see a complaint from me. The Uncanny Valley graphical, beside the Uncanny Valley graphical issues, it's an old game.
It's an old game.
Yeah, I'm absolutely looking forward to Max being the anchor to this franchise, and hopefully the link to the other games. Masterpiece had to perfect it.
It's great. Stormy, I think you post this, so you get to say it.
This is my favorite one. I love this so much. This is from Cup Bacon Box. I discovered that I am a Chloe sexual.
Aren't we all?
Talk
and really
more about Chloe's relationship with Max, but Chloe is my ride or die. I love Chloe so much.
She is the whole second video. She's the prequel. Chloe is the prequel. Nova H says, when you water your plant and it says, this action will have consequences, you know this stuff just got real.
Yep.
Matt at Arms, take the next one.
Watered a plant. Was told my action would have consequences. 11 out of 10.
Storm Rage, finish it off.
This is by Rodench of the Nuts. They recommend it. This game is a moral self-torture simulator. Steps for successfully experiencing Life is Strange. 1. Buy it. 2. Begin to play it. 3. Make poor choices. 4. Alter poor choices. 5. Realize new choices are worse. 6. Eventually stumble to the end, feeling like you've almost held it together. 7. Make monumentally poor choice. 8. Open the bottle of Jack Daniels you keep by your desk. 9. Begin drunken reflection on reality. 10. Remember why you failed philosophy. 11. Drink some more. 12. Ponder if this game has this impossible bar for video game storytelling. 13. Conclude it has. 14. Decide to write negative review of the game because it made you feel sad. 15. Change it to positive because it managed to make you feel sad. 16. Begin the slightly hollow search for something that can offer a similar experience.
I mean, they're all correct. Hey, that's it for this week. Thank you all so much for listening. Thanks to all our patrons for patronizing us. Special thank you to our producers and best friend forever, Baximus and RidiculousHat. You can find all our socials, media, and contact information at the pinned comment on our Patreon page over at patreon.com/squelch.
And games are supposed to be rewind that. Games are supposed to be fun.
Yeah, rewind that time, baby.
This is the end of the show. Everybody bye!
Oh,
we did it. We covered the first game. Remember, how long would this podcast be if we tried to do episode 1 and 2?
so that's what I want to talk to you guys about. I think we just do one episode a week for this episode. Then we do a short game the following month.
Maybe we do like 2 episodes 1 week just to get it out through the month. We can try to do that.
Sorry.
Stormage, I'm proud of you for getting both goals done. I tried to do it today, but things got in the way. I'll probably play it afterwards.
I mean, I think the reason that I ended up doing both because I thought that we were going to talk about 1 and 2, but the reason I made it through is because I skipped a lot of stuff and I kind of jammed it through, which is why I think that I was so wanting to be able to skip things, because I was like, I need to get to the end, I need to get to the end, I need to get to the end, which is not how this game should play. You should not be like sprinting your way towards the end. I think that the game really undercuts itself if you try to do that.
Yep.
And so if we end up going just 1 a week, then I will feel better about being able to relax and just enjoy the game.
You need to soak in it a little bit to enjoy the game as much as you can.
I think we go ahead and do 1 a week. I think we have basically been teasing this recap for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
So I would say we go ahead and enjoy the ride, take care of Life is Strange, and then we can do like a shorter game.
Hey, Vampire Survivors, I played that. That's a good 1 week game.
Or we could just do. I mean, there's a bunch of fun games, short games we could do for October, right? So this would be September, beginning of October, and then like either like a game a week of spooky games or one short spooky game or something like that. So I think maybe that's how we go about this. So
I like spooky games.
Because I want to give this credit, this game its due and its credit, and
sure deserves that.
Yeah,
I think
this is what happens when I disappear for 2 weeks. You guys just pick a game instead of actually following the process that we outlined initially.
Don't put this on me. Don't say we. Don't say you. That is not a group decision. I woke up to the same message that you did of Dano being like, "We're doing Life is Strange."
But mine was I saw it a week later. I'm like, oh, okay.
The amount of people that were like, I feel like Store Rage is doing something nefarious here. What are you talking about?
I'm not pointing the finger at you.
It's Dano's favorite game of all time. You don't think he made that choice?
I'm not pointing the finger at you specifically. It's y'all, both of y'all, because I know one guy over there loves this game more than anything.
Okay. That's like, okay. I'm trying to think of an apt metaphor that is, it's like if you went to a barn and you fed a horse a barrel of oats, and then you pointed to and the oats were gone, and then you pointed to a horse and a dog that was nearby, and you were like, why did you two eat all the oats? There was one individual involved in this process, Matt. Stop saying y'all.
I'm not naming names, but I'm just saying. It's somebody who begins with Dan.
Dano.
It's Dan. Somebody whose name starts with Dan. We'll put it that way.
Oh, if only there was. Yeah, it was definitely somebody whose name is Daniel, a full Daniel. If there happen to be two Daniels on this podcast right now, that's out of my control. I'm just saying, the person whose decision this was, birth certificate says their first name is Daniel. Yeah. I'm going to say that.
I was prepared. I recorded something for Wildermyth so that we could, do the vote thing, when I wasn't here, and then Dan lost power, and then all of a sudden we want to play Life is Strange.
To be and we have some absolute banger suggestions too that have been given to us. We'll get there, friends. We will get there. I promise. We're not going anywhere. The new format, I'm absolutely loving it, and it actually brings joy to my heart. So honestly, I hope you guys are liking it as well. I'm looking forward to getting to sitting at my computer again, and it is not that I didn't with Hearthstone, but it was becoming a job. And now it's I get to play games again, and it has reinvigorated my love of video games. And the fact that I get to share this video game with all of you honestly does make my heart happy. So
yeah, it's such a good game.
So bear with us, we'll try to make it listenable.
Bear with us. This is awesome. Enjoy the ride with us.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually bear with us by enjoying the ride. Yeah.
All right. Should we take off?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you so much, and we'll talk at you again next week.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.